This, I think, is kind of interesting. A home seller decides to allow the buyer to take possession before closing, 2 weeks before closing. They use the January 2024 version of the buyer possession before closing Addendum Form 2A7-T. The heat goes out after the buyer has taken possession, but before closing. The buyer asks the seller to pay to have the heat fixed. Is the seller responsible? Now, on one hand, paragraph 3 of Form 2A7-T imposes on the buyer the obligation to maintain the property once they take possession. Paragraph 2 of the form states that the buyer waives any remaining due diligence rights and agrees to accept the property as it stands when they take possession. However, there is an exception. It says this is all subject to any obligation that may be imposed on the seller by law. And as it turns out, North Carolina General Statute 42-2A4 requires the landlord, I'll just read it, maintain in good and safe working order and promptly repair all electrical, plumbing, sanitary, heating, ventilating, air conditioning, and other facilities and appliances. Therefore, the seller will actually be responsible for the costs of repairing the heating system in the property, since it is included within the list of obligations to fit the premises. It's also worth noting that the statute prohibits the landlord and tenant from waiving the landlord's legal obligations to maintain the premises, which is why they put that exception into the standard form. So it's just something for the seller to consider before they decide to enter into the possession before closing addendum. Thanks.